G'day, welcome to the penultimate episode of Series 1 of House of Music. This week we catch up with a few other independent artists and have a yarn, a general chit chat about music and where it's going, how it's been, what it's like out here and all that kind of thing, with a couple of local artists, Rock Bottom and Steve and Mark, who are Trundle locals but came sort of live part in Sydney. They came down, we had a yarn to them, we had a yarn to Rock Bottom about being a band / cover band working around the Dubbo area, and yeah, just a general chit chat about life and music in this area. Alrighty.
G'day, well today I've been set a challenge by my good friend Dan to do a lagerphone in 15 minutes. Now the terms of the challenge are, if I succeed, Dan's going to have to do a sexy dance routine using the lagerphone as his only prop at our next gig. If I fail, however, I'm going to have to do the sexy dance routine using what will obviously be a non-functioning lagerphone as my only prop. Now for those of you who don't know what a lagerphone is a percussion instrument developed independently all over the world a long time ago. And in England it was known as a Mendoza or monkey stick, and in Turkey they had a variation of it called the Turkish crescent, and even the Australian Aboriginals had their own variation of it, so it's been around for a long time. But anyway, let's see how we go.
Alright, your time starts now.
Okay, so what we've got here, we've got our materials and tools ready. We've got 2 old bits of pine we had laying around. We've got a broom handle. We've got some bottle tops provided to us by our local drummer. We've got a screwdriver, drill, a couple of different drill bits, a tape measure, a hammer, a few screws, a few nails, and what's called a tile saver. So, let's see how we go. Step 1.
G'day, you've probably seen me using this instrument over the last few episodes. What it is, it's a guitar that's been loaned to us by a good friend of ours, Justin Monetfrorey from Monetfrorey Instruments up near Newcastle in New South Wales. He's been kind enough to loan us this instrument for the duration of the first series, as well as to use while recording our album. Now, I'm going to review this instrument for you, so I'll talk a little bit about Justin and his background. I'll go through some of the unique design characteristics that make this guitar a dream to play and such a pleasure to listen to. And I'll leave you with a couple of short sound samples that demonstrate some of the styles that this guitar can be used for, and that demonstrates some of the myriad of tones that are available both electronically and acoustically from this instrument. Unfortunately, time constraints mean I can't go into too much detail, but please get on the website, check out the extended review, because this guitar really is worth having a closer look at. So, first of all, who is Justin Monetfrorey? Well, he's a luthier and musician who lives, as I said, on the coast, and he's been building instruments since his early teens. He started an apprenticeship in 2004, 2007 he struck out on his own, and since then he's been building these custom handmade instruments up near Newcastle. Now, this guitar, the first thing you notice when you pick it up is the tone. It's got a resonation chamber in there, which means it automatically has an almost Indian sound. It sounds like it's been EQ'd already, and it's almost a cross between a banjo, a sitar, and your normal 6-string steel guitar. Now, this fretboard, the second thing you notice when you pick it up is how easy it is to play. Now, that comes from having a very flat radius on the neck, which makes playing lead-style guitar very easy. Some people say that it detracts from your rhythm if you're trying to play rhythm or chords, but I haven't found that at all in 20 years of playing. So you can see here with the nut that it's a Graphtec black tusk nut, self-lubricating, and what he's done, instead of putting the break angle from the nut going down to the peg heads, he's slotted the nut at an angle which gives you the break angle necessary for a clean, crisp tone from your open strings. That means the peg head here can be straight in line with the neck, which leads to a stronger join, which means, unlike a certain brand of electric guitar starting with G, it's not going to break when you sneeze on it. Yeah, so the sound of the guitar, a lot of it comes from the reverberation chamber here, which is in the body of the guitar, which gives you that Indian Harry Manx style tone. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail about the actual reverberation chamber itself. What I find more interesting is the neck join, alright, or the lack of the heel on this guitar. You can see it's just straight in there. Now, Justin's explained what he's trying to achieve here, and he's achieved a really strengthened join between the soundboard and the neck, which means with a stronger join and greater reinforcement, the soundboard will pick up and then amplify the sound waves to a much greater degree. Now, we have a look at the bridge here. Most acoustic guitars, you can't adjust the intonation. It's terrible. You go further up the neck, you get further and further out of tune. But what he's done, he's taken the traditional bone nut here, and he split it into 3 parts, somewhat similar to an older Telecaster with the 3 big barrel saddles. So here you can adjust your intonation, which gives you many more options. You can play the guitar all the way up to the 24th fret if you need to. Now, electronically, we've got a mix here between, we've got a magnetic pickup in the neck position and a piezo pickup in the bridge position. And these can be blended on the control pot here in the standard position. We've also got a bass control, treble, mute and a phase switch. And like I said, you can also blend between the magnetic and piezo pickup. Output is standard spot, just at the rear strap button here. Yeah, so I've skipped over a lot of very important detail here, but please get on the website and check out the in-depth review, because this instrument really is worth taking a closer look at. He's managed to combine so many unique features that make this, like I said, a dream to play and beautiful to listen to. So he does a lot of custom work too, and can help you design your own instrument and then build it for you. So get on the website and check out the in-depth review.
We're talking to Steve and Mark. And what do you call yourselves, guys? You got a name or?
Steve and Mark.
Steve and Mark, that's
So,
original.
that's what we've done at the moment.
That works.
It's just a working title, but yeah, we're sort of
Yep.
Well, we just basically just got together. What happened with us that we've got friends from Trundle, and we play in separate bands and that down in Sydney. But we've always got common friends at Trundle. We decided to get a bit of a duo happening. It turned out to be a duo. Originally, it was just like, oh, Steve, do you want to play some music? I went, yeah, okay then. And then Mark was here at the same time, so yeah, kind of formed a bit of a duo and I think we decided, maybe we should do something with this. So this is our first live gig together.
Yep, first time.
Yeah, first time. And I think we can certainly work with it.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
It's good fun. Music. It's all about the music.
But that's exactly what it's all about. It's just having fun, getting together and making music. And travel. So where are you based? Sydney?
Sydney, yeah.
Sydney,
So,
yeah.
Nice.
I'm
I
over
think I drive
yeah.
up here and
When just come down yesterday or?
yesterday.
But we've been out here a number of times, and like I said, we've got common friends out here. There's usually a bit of a I think it's the Sunday sippers down at the local pub here, where a couple of musos get together, and everyone has a bit of a jam and a bit of a play and get together, and we throw some songs up, and that's how that started.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Got all these film crews walking around there, so be careful, any of you fellas out there, who shouldn't be here, or told the boss that you're not feeling well and you're at bush tucker. It's like me actually. I'm supposed to be working all this weekend, and I said to the boss, I can't, because my wife's not feeling too well, so I've got to actually look after her. And because we come to Trundle, like the following, I had to bring her to Trundle because she wasn't feeling very well. So anyway, that's the reason why I'm here. So my name's John, by the way. John Thomas. Or Thomas John. Something like that. Speak with forked tongue, I was told. Yeah, anyway, I'm hoping that my hat will disguise me.
So where to from here with this new duo that's formed? Anything or you?
Oh yeah, well what? There's a few things got in the works down in Sydney. Mainly looking at restaurants because I've got a few contacts in the restaurant sort of scene, and duos are pretty handy at the moment for that kind of that type of music, where you're playing a bit of nice slow stuff to some more energetic rock. We can do that. And also, you've got the pubs too, so. But I think the duo is just a start for us. We come from other bands.
Yep.
I've got a totally different soul funk band happening in Sydney, and Mark's got his.
Got a hard rock kind of band, yeah.
So then
it's fairly diverse.
Oh yeah.
Very diverse, and then we'll come out here playing some, country style songs, which is,
that was.
It's fun. I think it's just fun, exciting.
Okay, that was Steve and Mark, and if you want to see a little bit more of them, jump on climaxigloo.com and check that out. Alrighty, without further ado, here's the next bit.
I think I better work on my dance routines. Well, I think we're going to have to shaft the drill. We just have to hammer the nails directly in and hope the wood doesn't split. No, I'm gone. What we're doing now is drilling holes in our bottle tops. How much time have I got, Dan?
8 minutes 40.
I'm at 8 minutes.
8 minutes 40.
Alright. Nails, we've got some bottle tops and we've got a bit of wood. As you can see, that's going to make a sound. Time, Dan?
12 minutes 30.
12 minutes 30. They've also stolen my screwdriver bit, which means I'm going to have to screw the screws in manually. But we may still just have enough time. Time, Dan?
13 minutes.
Very interesting. Now here's an original song by Rock Bottom, and this is not a bad tune, check it out. And again, jump on the website if you like it, find and follow the links and work out where to get it from, it's there somewhere. Alrighty, and while you're there, drop us a line, let us know what you want to see in Series 2 of the show. We've only got one episode left next week, so there's not much time to get in on this one. So drop us a line, Series 2 is coming up very soon.
It's a song I wrote a little while ago. Sitting all alone in my room, I heard a song reminded me of you. Though you're gone, still here on my mind. The days we laugh, the songs we sing, those nights you asked me to tuck you in. I'm just sitting here wishing I could turn back time. 'Cause you're always on my mind. And you're the one I never leave behind. And I know just where my heart is, and you know I wouldn't lie. You were always on my mind. The day at the beach, just fooling around. You were the queen and I was the clown. I wish those days could last, these thoughts I pray. And all the bad times we've had a few, but all along I still loved you. I should have said everything that I wanted to say. 'Cause you're always on my mind. You're the one I'd never leave behind. And I know just where my heart is, and you know I wouldn't lie. You were always on my mind. You're always on my mind. You're the one I
Let's get our tile protector, and what that does, saves your tiles if you're playing on tiles, they won't crack. Like so. Then 13:45. We get our lagerphone, and you can hear sound. Now I'm missing something I need a stick to hit it with. Alright. Now what they usually do is use a serrated edge stick, one they've made themselves. And this is how you play a lagerphone. So, in your face, Daniel, you better work on your sexy dance routines, my friend. A working lagerphone.
Well done, mate.
It still works.
Well done, mate.
Oh, you asshole! Oh, well, that's right, it's a working microphone.
Hanging on by a thread.
It is, look, it's still hanging on. I'm winning.
So I've just arrived at Justin Montefiorey's. We're just stuck into his studio and he should be out there working, or pretending he's working anyway. We're just going to have a little talk about his influences, have a look at some of the other instruments that he makes, and talk a bit about his custom work, and maybe have a bit of a jam, hopefully.
Sounds good. Yeah, Justin.
Hello, Justin.
Hi.
How are you, mate?
Yeah, very good, thanks. Come in. The customisation of instruments is a really big part of what I do as an instrument maker. I get all sorts of people wanting different requirements out of instruments, and with my instruments, especially with something like the festival guitar, it's an instrument that I'm trying to make as flexible as possible. And though it's quite a thin-bodied guitar, it's quite small, but just by doing different things with the soundboards, I've made these instruments to be anywhere from something that's really bassy, really mellow, really beautiful sort of deep sound, to something that's quite tight and really, really bright, live sort of sound. So this sort of shape here, has actually been a really good sort of model for me, because people get out of it quite a lot of, if they want to do something more jazzy, something more acoustic, even classical, they can do that. I've made them with different size neck. And then also now having a removable neck, I can change style of necks. That's great, and sort of adjust the angle, playing action without too much difficulty. For me, to have greater flexibility in sound is really important, so I can customise any sort of soundboard, put a different sound, it will amplify the strings in a different way. So that's sort of customisation of sound, but then also doing custom working, sort of doing designs and artistic. And then there's other things. So I'm not just building standard guitars. This is a fretless instrument. So yeah, it's lovely just to be able to play around with different concepts. Made instruments with sympathetics. So this is Peter Biffin instrument, but built by me. This is his design. It was quite funny. He felt really quite strange seeing someone else make his instrument. It's like, you know, watching someone else, like Monet, watching someone else paint a Monet picture. So, but anyway, the lovely thing about this was I learned all about sympathetic. So you've got underneath the sound, underneath the fingerboard, there's a whole heap of sympathetics, and they, you don't actually play them. They all just resonate in sympathy to the notes that you play.
So Justin, if someone wanted to buy one of these absolutely beautiful instruments off you, or put a custom order in for one of their own, how do they get in contact with you, mate?
It's via the internet. I've got my website, Monetfrorey Instruments. I'm getting into Facebook a little bit more. I've got a page there. Haven't got much up there at the moment, but I've got a YouTube account there where I'm starting to put little videos up. So yeah, or you can just phone me.
Well, that's it. Episode 7 in the bag. We're going to do something next week and try to do this from outside. Well, until then, here's another Climax Igloo original. Until next week, tuning in.